Hello, my friends. Valentine's Day is coming up. Some of us love it, some of us hate it. Right? I just broke up with the guy that I've been dating, and silly me, I could have waited till after Valentine's Day, right? So I could get all those Valentine's treats. It's such a hard time, right? When we get so caught up in these things, and for those of us who are single, it's like, how can we celebrate this and feel good about ourselves and feel good about being single? And then for those of us in relationship, is my partner going to do what I want? Is the right thing going to happen here? What should I be doing for my partner? And this is really annoying to have to deal with this. Or just for those of you who really appreciate it and value it, what's another step that you could take towards sharing a greater sense of love? So as I'm ending meditation this morning with a meditation group, I thought I would pop on and just share 3 things that were coming to mind this morning. And the first one is just comes with a story. I grew up Jewish, and I went to a Jewish day school. This was very strict. What this meant actually at the school was that Valentine's Day, it was like we needed to pretend like it didn't exist. We could not bring it up. We would get in trouble if we gave each other those little candy hearts. Because it's something to do with a saint, and saint is not Jewish. And for some Jews as well, it's like you don't want to bring that up. But we all knew Valentine's Day was happening, and here I am growing up in this environment where Valentine's Day is just not a thing. And all of a sudden, when I'm a preteen, my mom approaches me as we're passing in the hall, and she says, "Look, I know we're not supposed to talk about Valentine's Day and celebrate it, but I just want to say that I love you." And it really made me realize from a young age that Valentine's Day doesn't have to be about being with a romantic partner, that it can be this nice reminder to share love with other people. And of course, we want to be doing that every single day, but why not have this reminder once a year to tap into our heart connection with others? And I know sometimes people get annoyed with like the Hallmark thing or like the gifts thing, and that's not everyone's love language to give cards or to give gifts, but maybe it is to do something special with the person that you love. And just reminding people, even if that's not your love language, I think makes a big impact. So my first question to you is just, who do you love in your life? Or what do you love? Or what do you love about yourself and your life? What are those positive things that you can have gratitude for and express that love for? I think in also separating from this guy who I've been dating, it's kind of like this feeling of like that fear that comes up, like, am I going to have somebody to share that kind of love with? And I just said to myself, well, why don't I just apply that to everything that I'm doing, to all the people in my life, to my work, to my things, to setting up my new home. This is my new office, and there's a globe here. Or a map. It's going to be on the wall. It'll show everywhere that I've spoken. So all these wonderful, exciting things that I can apply my heart to. So really considering what are all those areas that you can apply your heart to, that you can appreciate and love. And know that love is the feeling that's inside of you. It's not controlled at all by outer circumstances and who might be receiving it or what type of person in your life might be receiving it. You get to choose how you feel inside of you. And second thing is, as I'm talking about this concept of what love is, and often we want to be sharing love, right? That connection with somebody. And I want to put a deeper question in there, which I've been hearing from some of my more Tantra polarity relationship teachers. And it's the question of, what does love want? So not what do you want to experience in love, but what does love want? Like if love were God, this concept of God, if love were something that's beyond just our own selves, if love is what creates peace in the home. I love this term in Hebrew, shalom bayit. You've probably heard shalom, peace, bayit is home. What makes peace in the home? And if Valentine's Day is actually a time where your partner is working tons and you might really, really want all that Valentine's attention and love, but your partner is working tons, right? What does love want in the situation? If you know that that work is important, then love might want you to create space for your partner to do the work and then celebrate Valentine's Day another time, when the load is a little lighter. Your love might be, I really want a partner, I really want an amazing date, and that's not existed in your life. And so maybe in that moment, what love really wants is for you to take a nice bath and to nourish yourself. And speaking of nourishing yourself, let's talk about a way of how to love yourself. And this is key, and this comes up a lot for me too. This is a theory that I've been coming up with, and I'm going to ask you all to experiment with this and let me know how it goes for you and if it rings true for you. Which is, every single thought that you think that doesn't feel good is not true. You love the wall color. That's awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Everything that you think that doesn't feel good in your body is not true. So how many times do we torture ourselves with thinking things about ourselves and then we don't feel good about ourselves? Well, actually, that statement is not true. And this was coming up for me too, because maybe some of you experience this. I think when you choose to end a relationship with somebody, you might start second guessing yourself as well. And just putting those questions like, was I really being the best at this? Or even getting into the, oh my gosh, like I'm not loved, or this person didn't want to love me. But if that doesn't feel good in your body, then I would question, is that really, really true? I know this is the more esoteric thing, but a lot of times we get caught up in the human expression of love. But there's a whole other concept of love, which is in our soul nature, and that love exists without like the human interaction. Like it's there whether or not we tap into it. And so also considering that those thoughts that we think, they're just things on our human level, but our souls are actually perfect. And our souls are completely in love with each other. We're in a very, very loving space. There's a great book, Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. And she gets into experiences that she has had, which really brings light to how you can perceive how that can be true. It really helped me a lot, and people who've had similar experiences as her come out with the same thing, the same feeling that underneath this layer, there's this soul layer, and we're in perfect harmony at the soul layer and in perfect love. So it's just that reminder also, as you're going into Valentine's Day and you're seeing what you like and what you don't like, is that's all of us playing on the human layer. And what you can do is tap into our soul layer by just sitting in meditation, and you can even imagine this beautiful light filling the crown of your head and then filling your heart and opening your heart up, and then draw into that space anything that you want to feel and anyone who you want to feel on a soul layer. And then consider, how do we truly act in our soul nature, and letting go of those layers on the human level that don't feel good. So consider those thoughts in your head, and the ones that don't feel good, are they really true? Or are you just torturing yourself? And then you could find out why you're torturing yourself. And that's all, of course, things that we can work on with the Neuro-Linguistic programming as well. For those of you who want to work one-to-one, you can always reach out to me for that. So the first thing is, how many places, how many people can you share love with during this time of year? So it's not just attached to your romantic partner, but it's everyone and everything. and asking the question, what does love want? You know, in this moment right now, like really what's the deepest expression that love itself can be, despite what personally I might want. And then tap into the thoughts in your head and focus on thinking thoughts that make you feel good inside. Much, much love to you. Reach out to me if you want some extra love during this time. I would love to give it to you. Bye-bye.